If you're like me and all other Australians who are still riding the high of the Aussies retaining the Ashes in absolutely easy fashion in the end, 3-0 with still 2 tests to play, then what better way to do it than to dive into more of how the third test play out with the Australian team's player ratings. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining you as always is your host, Tricky. And what we're deciding to do here, it's the same series as we do each time. It's the player ratings, but instead I'm going to split it up into 2 videos. So I'm going to do the Australians in one video and the English team in one video as we build up to the Boxing Day test. A bit more of a shorter turnaround this time with the test going the full 5 days. So we only have, so what's the date today? We have another 4 days until the Boxing Day test. Not like an 8-day break like we've had roughly around lately. It's a little bit more of a shorter turnaround. So we're going to smash out some videos starting off with the Australian player rating. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, starting off with the first player. Starting off with the first player, it's none other than the man himself, the icon, Mr. Adelaide himself. It is Travis Head. Made his fourth consecutive 100 at the Adelaide Oval. 170 in the second innings, and it was all class. Went cheaply in the first innings, making 10, but all class in the second innings, hitting into all parts of the ground. I've said it before, but he might be one of the most destructive batsmen in world cricket. We've seen him do it in all different parts of the world as well, so it's not just like he dominates in Australia, and he does it in big moments. So he's done it in the Ashes here twice. He's done it in a World Cup final. So he's a man who just goes in there with no fuss and can stand up in the big moment. Got the chance from the ball a bit more this time too, with the pitch providing a little bit more of a bounce. Bowled to 16 overs. Didn't capture a wicket. None for 71, but what that allowed is it allowed the quicks to be rotated a bit more, with the heat being a lot hotter over in Adelaide for the test. I think the highest it got to at one point was 40.8 or 41 degrees. So it allowed him bowling in the second innings, allowed with the workload that the fast bowlers had done in the first innings, it allowed them to have a bit more of a break with the knowledge that Travis Head is not, as a part-time bowler, he's quite a good part-time bowler as well. Arguments that he could be better than Will Jacks wouldn't be hard to do in my opinion. But Travis Head, there is no other spot to go than straight in the S tier for Travis Head. Next up is Jake Weatherall. Couldn't quite recapture his form from the first innings in the second test and struggled a little bit here. Joffa Archer just keeps getting his measure. 18 in the first innings, 1 in the second innings, and 1 catch. It'll be interesting to see if they stick with him. They'll stick with him for the Ashes, but what it will look like post-Ashes going into the next test series. Do they stick with him? Do they keep Travis Head at the top with him? Does he hold his place? If so, who comes in? It's going to be a really, really interesting discussion. I think the one thing that could change that discussion into Jake Weatherall's favour would be just one big score. One big score meaning get back in, make another 80, make 100. One big score would probably hold himself for the next series because he's already got one big score under his belt. In the second test, what was it that he made again? If we have a look, 72 in the first innings for the second test. I just clicked the wrong one. Yeah, 72. So make another 80 or try and go on with it and make 100 would solidify his spot, I think, for at least the first test match of the next series. But only 18-1 and took a catch in the field. I think for the wicket that it was, he might have to go on the F column for this one because it really, at the start of it, was an absolute road. The Aussies didn't really cash in on that. Only a few did, and we'll highlight a few of those as we go along. Now, Marnus Labuschagne. This is going to be a really, really hard one. Struggled with the bat and went back into his shell. I said previously that I've liked this new Marnus. While he hasn't had to score 100 yet in this summer, he's been looking to score a bit more, not getting bogged down. This time he went back into his leaving and blocking and not looking to score. 19 and 13 with the bat. None for 7 with the ball. Bowled the one over in the second innings, but fielded absolutely magnificently, taking 4 catches and 2 of those catches that really shaped the game. 2 absolute beauties. For his fielding, it's almost... I'm going to put him in the B column purely for his fielding. If it wasn't for those catches, he would be a C. But some of those catches are absolutely magnificent and took the game, the series-winning catch as well. But that, especially that second catch in the slips, the second one-hander really shaped the game, broke the partnership of Will to getting Will Jacks that we really needed to do. So Marnus Labuschagne can go in the B tier. Next up, we welcome back into the side Usman Khawaja, and this was a different Uzi. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of the ones that was a bit critical. Why are we bringing Uzi back in if he's not opening? Where is he? But this was a different type of Uzi, and I really liked this Uzi. An Uzi that was looking to score. I said it in the recap of the test that quite often when Uzi was opening, he got bogged down very easily. But batting at number 4, he batted more freely, played his shots. We know he's a world-class batter, but it was my question was is he, if we put him at number 4, is he going to bat the same way as when he was opening, get bogged down, and therefore kill the momentum that we might have had? But that didn't happen at all, and batted beautifully in that first innings. Was really stiff not to go on and get 100. Got 82. Really shut some critics up. Then also got 40 in the second innings. So I'm going to put Uzi in the... I'm going to put him in the A tier purely just for because of what was talked about him. People were saying his career was over, and he's come out and done that. So for the redemption story and the response, I'm going to put him in the A tier. Now, Cameron Green. He's an interesting one because this is not all his fault. We saw how much he went for on the iPod, but it's not all his fault the way he's been talked up. He's been talked up like he's the next big thing. He's the next Jack Callis. He's the next Ricky Ponting. He's batting at number 4. And that's not all his fault because that is such a high standard to live up to. But the fact of the matter is he's just not living up to that standard. He's finally being able to bowl now, which is really good to see some overs. While he's bowled okay, good in periods, but he's also bowled some really poor spells in periods as well. Got a second ball duck in the first innings, real lazy shot to go himself out. Then 7 in the second innings, 1 for 33 from 7 with the ball in the first innings, and none for 44 from 10 in the second innings. It's really harsh. I'm going to have to put him in the F tier alongside Jake Weatherald. I really want him to see him go on with that score, past that 50 mark, and really show everyone why the selectors are backing him. They won't drop him, but I think it's time he starts making some runs. Next up is Alex Carey, and what an emotional knock that was by him. And he got the player of the match honours, and it's back-to-back tests where Alex Carey will join Travis Head in the S tier. Magnificent test match. Again, the best keeper in the world, hands down. But I've mentioned before, what I love about Alex Carey, purely when he's batting too, is he's always looking to score. He's always looking ways to manipulate the field. He doesn't get bogged down. So that 106 in the first innings, 72 in the second innings, 5 catches behind and 1 stumping. Again, fielded absolutely brilliantly. Best keeper in the world. There is no other spot that the S tier that Alex Carey can go in, and what a summer he is having. He's putting up a battle with Mitchell Starc for Player of the Series. It's going to be a hard one at the end of the day. Mitchell Starc's got 2 Player of the Matches. Alex Carey now has a Player of the Match of his own. So I think at the moment it's going to be out of them two who gets it. Who do you think will get it? Let me know in the comments below. But Alex Carey goes in the S tier. Next up, we got Josh Inglis, and he looked to try and get the the runs ticking in that first inning. He's got a nice 32, but then only 10 in the second innings and a catch. I don't think it's a straight F, but his spot is definitely in question. He's only, let's face it, he's only in because he was his replacement, and then Steve Smith was out too. So it's going to be interesting to see when Steve Smith comes in this test. He's probably the one that makes way. So Steve Smith to 4, Uzi to 5, Carey to 6, Green to 7. I think Green can go from 5 to 7 and bat better there, because there's no doubt Uzi will should keep his spot, stay in that middle order if he bats the way he did at Adelaide. Carey stays at 6 because he's batted absolutely brilliantly, and Green at 7 might get a little bit of a better look, so he can bat with the bowlers, but also when the ball's getting a little bit older. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. But his spot is definitely in question. Josh Inglis at the moment, which is harsh. But someone's going to make way for Steve Smith, and he's just the obvious person. Last one in, first one out. So Josh Inglis can go in the C tier. Next up, we welcome back the skipper, Pat Cummins, and he looked like he didn't miss a beat, taking 3 in both innings with the ball, 3 for 69 from 17 and 3 for 48 from 17 as well. 13 with the bat in the first inning, 6 with the bat in the second innings, and also took a catch. Jeez, it was good to have him back, and you could see why he's such a world-class bowler. He came back, looked like he hadn't missed a beat, was hitting the deck hard, getting the ball moving. This is nothing less than an A-tier performance for Pat Cummins. It'll be interesting to see what we do, what the Australians do in this 4th test, because he's pretty much said in his press conference that he only came in because he wanted to steal the series. So he'll probably rest. He's going to rest this Boxing Day test, and it'll be a touch and go whether he comes back for the SCG test to end the series. But who does that look forward to? Let me know in the comments. Is this an opening for Fergus O'Neill, Jai Richardson, or both? Are we going to rest a Stark and bring in Fergus O'Neill and Jai Richardson? I'd love to see, we were talking about it, myself and my boss at work were talking about it, but Fergus O'Neill at the MCG would be a great sign to see. His pace is the question that the selectors have always been asking, but he's just a guy who takes wickets, and what better place to do it than in his home city of Melbourne at the MCG. Let me know, would you like to see Fergus O'Neill in this side? But it'll be great to welcome back Jai Richardson after all his injury problems. So that's 2 possible changes we could see going into this 4th test, the Boxing Day test. But for now, Pat Cummins straight in the A tier for his performance in the 3rd test. Next up is Mitchell Starc, and he again solidifies why he should be classed as an all-rounder. Another 50 with the bat, 54, then 7 not out in the second innings, then 1 for 61 with the ball off 16 in the first innings, then bowled terrifically in the second innings, 3 for 62 from 17. Another solid performance of Mitchell Starc. Not quite the performances that he did in the first 2 tests, but he goes straight in the B tier for me alongside Marnus Labuschagne. Geez, he doesn't look like he's slowing down at 35 years old. How long can Mitchell Starc go on for? That is now, I believe, that is 22 wickets for the series. Absolutely phenomenal effort with 2 tests to go. What can he get to? Can he get to 35, which would be a really good series and would probably get him the player of the series, but as I said, that's down to him or Carey. But what can Mitchell Starc get to in the wickets? I think he'll be disappointed if he gets below 30. But we'll have to wait and see. But Mitchell Starc, B tier for me. The GOAT. We welcome back the GOAT. Now, unfortunately, he has gone down with a hamstring injury, so we won't probably see him for the rest of the Ashes. But he came back in a place where he curated before playing for Australia. Has a really good record at the Adelaide Oval and showed us why he's a world-class bowler. 2 for 70 in the first innings off 28 overs, and 28 balls, 28 overs, then 3 for 77 off 25 in the second innings, and was the reason that the Aussies shifted the momentum back into their favour. Took 3 crucial wickets on day 4. As I said, absolutely skittled Harry Brook, who didn't know what the hell he was doing there. But 5 wickets for Nathan Lyon for the test match and really shaped the second innings, taking 3 crucial wickets. A-tier ranking for mine, so unfortunately won't be seeing the GOAT in the 4th test and most likely the 5th test. Does this open up a room for a debutant in Corey Rochachali, who's leading the wickets as a spinner in the Sheffield Shield, has been talked about the last couple of years, or are they going to go down the route that they have before of Matt Kuderman and Todd Murphy? So that'll be an interesting watch, that one. And last but not least, we've got Scotty Boland, 3 for 40, economical as always. Scotty Boland just hits that nail on the head, and you don't think he's going to get a wicket, and he'll be like none for 20 off like 15, and the next minute, just that nagging line and length prevails, and he manages to get a wicket. 3 for 45 off 15.2, and 1 for 35 from 17.5. Scotty Boland, straight in the B tier for me. Absolutely economical bowling, played the exact role that he needs to play. Looked like he was unplayable at times, and it was a good performance there by Scotty Boland. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my player ratings for the Australians in the 3rd test. Next up, we'll do the England player ratings for the test as well. But thank you guys for watching along to this video. If you're watching along on YouTube, make sure to leave a like and comment on this video. Hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on. If you listen to this via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a like and comment. Hit that follow button, turn the notification bell on. Share this off to a mate who you think might enjoy it. And please, guys, remember to leave a 5-star rating, as that does help push the show out there. Thank you guys for listening and watching along. Until next time, I'll see you guys then.